guys, this is Jordan with Motion Array, and today we're going to go over how to use ink footage to create your own custom transition. We have two different clips here, and we want to have a classic ink transition go between the two clips. These are the two clips that I personally shot myself, and this is the ink clip that we're going to use as a transition. I got this ink clip from Motion Array, and the link to it can be found in the description below. The final effect that we're going for is something like this. So, how do we actually go about making this transition happen? Well, we're basically going to tell Premiere that we want white and black to mean two different things within the context of our ink clip. We want white to mean that one clip is shown, and for black to mean that the second clip is showing. So, the first step is to place down our clips 1 and 2 onto our timeline, and to have our first clip above our second clip that we want to transition into. Overlap them so that the point at which you want the transition to start, the second clip is also beginning. Now, place your ink transition clip above both video layers and have it start at the same time as your bottom clip. Our ink transition, though, is longer than either of our other clips, so I'm just going to speed it up so that it starts and ends within the time that we want. So now we have our basic setup down. Next, we're going to tell Premiere to use the ink clip in the way that we want. We need to use an effect, and we're going to search for it by typing into our effect search bar, Track Matte Key. Now drag it onto our first clip, which is on layer 2. Now under effect controls of this clip, we're going to change two things. We're going to change our composite type here from matte alpha to matte luma. And then we're simply going to choose the matte layer that holds our ink transition clip, which is video layer number 3. Great! Now if we play it back, this is what we get. It's close, but there's three main things that we still need to address. The start of our playback is black because there's no track matte to pull from on layer 3 at the beginning here. Thankfully, it's pretty easy to solve. All we need to do is use our blade tool, click the shortcut key C, and make an incision here at the beginning. Now highlight the first section of our clip and go to the effects controls and delete the track matte effect. Now the clip at the beginning plays as normal. Great! Next, we notice that our ink transition doesn't really go all the way to completion. It stops short of reaching the edge of our frame and completing the transition. So what we're going to do is take our ink clip here and we're going to scale it up and move it around slightly so that the maximum amount of transition takes place. But even with that, we can still see that it's not enough to complete the transition. So we're going to have to help it along with a simple fix. Make sure that your clip layer 2 is set for opacity, and then make two keyframes here by either holding Ctrl or Command and clicking. Bring the second keyframe down to 0 where you want the transition to officially complete. And take the first keyframe and keep it at 100, and then bring it closer to or farther away from the second clip to fade out more or less gradually. Nice! So now this is what we have. Our effect still doesn't quite reach the edge, but it still has a smooth fade out to completion. But there's still one final problem. Midway through the transition, we can still see that there's not a full transition from one clip to the other. There's still little bits of the first clip that linger around and don't completely convert all the way. This is because these sections of the clip are not entirely black in our ink layer. But we can change this pretty easily by highlighting our ink layer and then going to Lumetri Color. And we're going to take control over two sliders. Under Basic Corrections, we're going to drop the black slider and make the black portions of the ink footage completely black, and therefore make the transition completely transparent. And if you find it necessary, you can also do a similar thing by raising the white slider to further separate any bleeding of footage. You can also play around with other sliders to get a very particular look for your ink. And with all that, here's our final effect. Guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, consider liking, subscribing to our YouTube channel, or even sharing this video with a fellow video editor friend. I'm also super excited to announce that if you watch our YouTube tutorials, we're offering a 20% discount off your first month subscription if you sign up at Motion Array. Or if you already have a free account there, you can upgrade and still get 20% off your first month. There's links to both of those options in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.